Welcome back to Chasing the Dream on Alma, Missouri. Well, we just harvested peas from this field. The farmer said, hey, for $8,000, could you cultivate this? So, here we are. We're gonna probably should open this up once in the field. There we go. But yeah, so episode 21 now, roughly, I think. But we're in September 1st now. Get this dropped. We'll get this field cultivated. Get the gear going here. And yeah, a little more money in the bank. I think our plan is to still try to buy out our lease once we've harvested that field. I think normally we'd be fine in real life to just buy it and, you know, the crop would still be there, but being this is a video game simulation, it will actually, once we purchase the land, I think it will remove that crop the way it's currently set up for us. I could be wrong, but I think we have a mod somewhere where when we purchase land, we just don't get to inherit the crop. Technically, but I think that's the additional setting. You know what? I could probably change that in additional settings. So we probably could purchase that land, but in another month that should be ready to harvest, give or take. And we'll do it then. But we really haven't paid much of the loan down other than the normal monthly payments. So something for us to start thinking about too, but you know, we need the land because we need the crops. You know, often the only contracts, let's go down here, that keep popping up are baling contracts. So, and those, you know, pretty time consuming, and you can only see a bale contract done so many times. So the content side, it's a little rough. But if we can harvest different things on our own farm, gives us a little bit of different look. Build up our money that way as well. Get some different equipment with a goal of having our own racing team in the end. It's crazy to think we made it this many episodes in already, and you know, financially we're not rich. Yeah, 209,000, but we got 1.5 million loan, so some debt there. Like I said, we'll get this field done. Probably gonna end up jumping right through September, looking at everything. It's just the normal small upkeep stuff, you know, bringing stuff over to our mini VGA, utilizing that, making some money off that, and then keeping the cows fed until harvest point. And like I said, us going in there and, you know, harvesting those beans, get those to market. Following summer is usually when I think the best price is. But like I said, the big thing for the fall is, you know, being able to expand our acreage. And I think that's one of the bigger things for us, is being able to have the acres and then work our way up from there financially to get the even larger equipment. I'd rather have the land, and yes, we might have the smaller equipment that takes longer, but we at least have the land and we know the income's going to follow. Even though, yes, it is kind of a balance you have to find, I think we can do it. So we'll do this contract and go from there. Alright, so as I figured it would happen, wasn't really much for us to do that was exciting during the month of September. Our soybeans are kind of ready for harvest now, as we're on October 1st of year 2. It rained overnight, so we kind of got to wait, but I saw a couple contracts, so we just did a fertilizer contract for $5,000. And now we're going to harvest sunflowers and harvest some corn. And by then, I think maybe later on in the day, If not tomorrow, we'll be able to harvest our soybeans. I think these two contracts will pretty much close out this episode though, because they are pretty large fields. If you haven't seen up in the corner, we made a lot of money though without doing contracts. Our mini BGA, I threw some straw in there, and straw produces a lot of the stuff we need. Electricity, methane. We haven't sold any of the methane off yet, but let me tell you, it's going to be some great income, I think. Right now, our electric supply has been huge. So we've got that going. I'm going to unfold this. Like I said, we're going to harvest these sunflowers. Another contract we did in September, we limed the field that we harvested the peas on and then cultivated, which, to no surprise, I was pretty glad that. But then there was no other contracts. So we focused on the mini BGA. And while I'm actually here, let's go to the farmyard. Because we did finally purchase a third tractor. So John Deere 6300, you know, I think it's got 100 horse on it. Gotta do some more work to it, but I'm gonna wait till winter to do it, because we just needed to run the auger, run the feed mixer, and, you know, run the manure over to the BGA. So the little jobs, but actually, you know what? I think in the end it was just under 8 grand for it. Great little deal. I mean, some decent little things on sale, you know. Pacesetter A-train, we don't really need it, but that's there. The Terrogator popped up. So this is something like, man, you know, we could do some serious stuff with this. But it's 175 grand, and, you know, my focus right now, because it takes solid fertilizer and lime, that's half off. I mean, that's something. We could really blow through some of these fields, because that thing's got, what's the length on that? Does it say the distance it covers? I figured it'd give me the work with, but I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing 2 different speeds, but I mean, those arms were tracked out. I would say it covers anywhere from 15 meters or so. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. I don't know. But tempting, but we got work to do. So let's hop back in. There we go. Get this fired up. Yes, we know it's reserved for contract work. That's the field we're going on to right now. Like I said, we're going to get this worked out. Get the sunflowers harvested. Guess moisture's not too big of a deal with them. Like I said, our soybeans, unfortunately, they're going to need some time. I don't see that being today. But those are ready to harvest, and then we'll be able to purchase those plots of land. Well, at least the plot of land that we're currently leasing, we'll be able to turn over and purchase that, which will be nice, which is what I'm excited for. I think I'm going to put some more silage in. I think we're fine when I did the math on the cows still. So we should be good with that. And yeah, I mean, was not expecting us to make that much money on electricity and processing the silage and the straw from the VGA, but it was a good chunk of funds. You know, this is what we kind of did on Wilhelmina a little bit, I guess, too. We utilized the waste, the products we had, and could create our own farm. Instead of just taking them to market, we then use them to come up with multiple products by using one product. So yeah, I'm gonna work away at this. which I believe, what's this contract running us? 8,000? Yeah, 8,400, and then the big one is 31 and a half. So I'm gonna work away at this, get this done, and I'll see y'all after that. Alright, so we're rolling through this field pretty quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to get the trees in there, but this is the first load we're bringing, so we got, you know, almost 1,500 bushels of sunflowers. We'll bring right over here to the sell point, not far from it, so it should make it pretty easy. Looks like the rain's coming in again, so a little frustrating, because I was hoping to get a little more into this episode without jumping through day after day. Unfortunately, we might get caught up in it, but we shall see. So, fingers crossed. This is going to be a quick little turn here. Fingers crossed that, you know, let's roll this back. There we go. Oh, that's pedestrian. You know, I'd like to at least get that cornfield done. And that way, you know, day 1 of October, we're good. And hopefully we can get our beans, and our beans, you know, be dry enough for it to all work. I don't have access to the land. Well, then how do I... So I'm trying to figure out, maybe you guys all know, how to, you know, move 2 of these at once. Maybe I'm just not far enough over. So that's the middle one. Alright, so if we bring it up more, and I say, you know, switch it, doesn't let you switch. This overloading the other one. But if I wanted to open all 3 of those at once, is there a way to do it? You know, let me know down in the comments. Would be interested to know. It says we're at 47%. Might be one of those fields are short, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. We got quite a bit of bushels in the back. It's actually, yeah, right there, contract complete. So the entire back of that truck took the majority of that. Let's roll that back up. We'll swing around, because we want to make some more money, and there's more money to be made. You know, the rest of that sunflower we sell, that's money in the bank for us. So, that's what we're going to work on here. Should be pretty close to done by the time I get back. Oh, we have a train. Which way is it coming? Did it already go through? Already went through. Perfect. It's good to go. We'll head back down. Get to working on filling this up. I guess I could have just left the cover off, or rolled down for now. Oh well, it is what it is, right? But we'll, like I said, get this field finished, and then we got to start right off on the corn. And hopefully get that done before it rains. Hopefully it doesn't rain a lot. Because, well, we gotta get beans off our fields so we can then turn around and purchase the land and have it as our own instead of leasing, which is big. This guy left quite a bit. See how much we get out of this. And part of me wants to show this guy how to do it, you know? Yeah, see? We're gonna leave this open, buddy. Okay? I mean, that's a lot of sunflowers right here. We contract. We want to get a pretty good turnout, especially when we get the leftover yield. I'm going to run this down real quick. Well, sure there's a crossway right there, because that's the field I think we got to harvest. It's actually right over there, which is where I want to get this guy going right into it. So we may get a little risky and do something a little unsafe, and we might cross the tracks with the X9. Get a little wild, you know. So actually, I'm not turning out too many bushels on this, but every little bit helps. You know, more money we can bring in, because we're about to spend a lot of money. Kind of hoping that we can get a good amount of silage again. I gotta turn one of the fields to just grass, and we just gotta keep making silage. Like I said, the one we're currently leasing, I want to turn that into a larger field with either some kind of arable, whether it be, you know, sorghum, rye. Put this out and clean that up a little bit so it won't look as bad. I can go get the worker going on the next field right over there. Trying to think of the best way. These trees are pretty tight. So what I don't want to do is oops. There we go. We can get through. I don't really see a spot other than right here. Both ways here. We don't want to hit the train, right? But I think, oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it goes. Whoop. Dropping it a little bit. So we'll get this opened up now. Go right into the corn harvest. Get rid of the courseplay track we had. We'll clear that. Field 30. I felt like we've sugar beets. That's what we did here. I was like, I knew there's a contract. So we'll get this fired up and into the field. We're trying to race the rain here. We're in the field now. Let's get a course. We know we can do a couple headlands on this before we gotta go up and down. Let's see what it gives us. A work pattern. I mean, I'm fine with that. 4 headlands. Let's get it going. We'll hop back over to the truck. We'll get that covered. We'll go dump the remainder of this. We can't cash out the contract yet, I don't believe. We can just take some of what we're getting off of it. Which I know won't be crazy, but it's still money, still income. And then about, like I said, $8,500 for the contract. It's not our equipment, so it actually might be less than that. So now that I think about it, we might only see about $7 grand. But we'll get it unloaded, we'll get it taken care of, and another happy customer. Wouldn't have been happy if they saw how much was left before I went and cleaned it up. So definitely have to talk to that driver about that in the future. Do another swing here around the tracks. Pedestrian, excuse me. Thank you. Try not to hit the fire hydrant or the building. Good to go. I'm wondering with the size of that field, and we're going to be hauling a little bit further now. If I should get my own truck as well and, you know, just take it for what it is. So another $4,000, so we make up for not being our equipment. I'm fine with that. Get this covered. We'll head down to field 30 and get to working on corn. See y'all after we get the corn done, I think. That's my plan. I noticed lately on the time lapses, nobody's really zoning in. You guys are skipping through it. So, for some reason you seem to enjoy me talking and just playing through normally like this. So that's what we're going to stick with for this episode. See y'all when we get done the corn contract. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're done the corn harvest. The weather held out, but it looks like it could, even though the skies don't look bad, it looks like it could rain again, which is a bit frustrating. Not what we want, especially with the amount of moisture in our soybeans. Try to keep this on the road. Yeah, so we've met our quota on the contract. We're just selling the remaining yield for our own profit. But we knocked it out. That'll be a nice bank. We did spend a little bit of money. There was a propane trailer on sale, and my plan is to next year, the year after, to have a corn dryer. So I felt, 51% off or something like that was pretty good. So we bought the trailer. It's in good condition. So, like I said, we'll just finish this up and that'll be our day. And then hopefully next episode we can harvest our soybeans and get those off the field. Hopefully. A little worried about the moisture levels. Should all be in one bay. Should be a little bit more money in the bank. Enough to purchase the 2 plots of land we want after harvest season. Alright, so that completes it. Pretty good take. Let's cash out. Harvest 1, harvest 2. There we go, almost 450,000 in the bank. So on that note, thank you always for the support. Until next time, see you next episode. Farmer Taz out.